Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. Hello everyone, what if I told you that a single forgotten nickel sitting in your kitchen drawer could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, that dull little 5-cent piece with Thomas Jefferson's face on it, the 1981 Mint Mark Monticello nickel, might just be your golden ticket to wealth. But here's the catch. Only a handful are known to exist in high-value condition. And time is running out. Collectors are scrambling to grab them before they disappear from the market forever. Before you toss out your change or overlook that jar full of old coins, watch this until the end. Because I'll show you how to identify this treasure, why it's so valuable, and how you can sell it for life-changing money. Let's begin with a story. One that could become your story. In 2019, an elderly man from Pennsylvania, let's call him Jim, was downsizing his home. Cleaning out the garage, he stumbled upon a dusty cigar box filled with coins collected decades ago. Inside was a 1981 Jefferson nickel, plain and unassuming, but something felt different. Sold at auction for over $975,000. Jim had unknowingly been sitting on a fortune for over 30 years. And he's not alone. Many Americans, perhaps even you, are in the same position. They just don't know it yet. By the way, when was the last time you checked your coin jar? If your answer is never, congrats. You've officially entered the danger zone, or should I say the opportunity zone. So, what makes the 1981 Monticello Jefferson nickel so incredibly rare? It all comes down to a combination of minting quirks, historical timing, and flawless condition. Only minted in Philadelphia, and in limited quantities with specific die errors. The Monticello steps on the reverse must be sharply struck and visible in full detail, very rare. Only a few coins graded MS67 or higher exist. The 1981 MS67 full steps? That's the $975,000 beauty. What's even more exciting is this. Most people have no idea they even own one. These nickels were circulated for decades, often overlooked and underappreciated. But today, the market has changed. Collectors are desperate to get their hands on pristine examples. And the value? Skyrocketing. But wait. How do you know if the nickel you're holding is worth thousands or mere cents? Let's talk inspection, because one small detail could mean the difference between spare change and a six-figure payday. Here's how to spot and sell a 1981 Jefferson nickel worth up to $975,000. Thomas Jefferson's portrait, check for strong details, no scratches or discoloration. Monticello building, inspect for full steps beneath the dome. Must be crisp and uninterrupted. Small P on the right of the building. If missing or doubled, it could be even more valuable. Look for coins in mint state, MS67 or higher. Consider sending to pcgs or NGC for authentication. And no, running it under hot water won't magically turn it into gold. But trust me, a magnifying glass and 10 minutes of your time could be the best investment you'll ever make. The current market value for a top-grade 1981 Jefferson nickel is $975,000. That's nearly $1 million for a coin you could be carrying in your pocket. But prices are climbing, and competition is fierce. The longer you wait, the slimmer your chances. Every moment you hesitate, someone else is discovering their coin, calling a dealer, or placing it up for auction. Now you know the secret of the 1981 Jefferson nickel. The million-dollar question is, what will you do next? Will you ignore this, like most people do, and keep living paycheck to paycheck? Or will you take 5 minutes, check your old coins, and potentially change your life forever? Subscribe for more coin secrets that could be hiding in your home right now. And don't forget, share this with someone who collects coins or dreams of financial freedom. Because when it comes to old nickels, the truth is simple. It's not just money. It's a legacy. Would you believe me if I told you that a simple nickel, one you might have tossed into a jar years ago, could be worth over $763,000 today? And even more shocking, It's from 1961. No mint mark. Just Thomas Jefferson staring into history. This isn't a fantasy. It's a financial goldmine sitting in the hands of everyday Americans. Maybe even you. The discovery, let me take you back for a moment, 1961. The Cold War was heating up, JFK just took office, and pocket change still held value. But among the coins jingling in wallets and purses that year, a few rare nickels were quietly minted, and one tiny detail would set them apart forever. The 1961 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia, looks ordinary at first glance. But under the surface, it hides a stunning secret, a nearly flawless strike, a rare die variety, and in mint state condition, it could bring you more money than some folks make in a lifetime. Yep, one coin, worth more than your neighbor's BMW. You might want to go check that old coin jar. Like, right now. It's all in the details. Sharp steps on Monticello, luster, and lack of wear. The fewer scratches, the fatter your check. The market and the million-dollar journey. Fast forward to today. Collectors and investors are scrambling for these nickels. The market has spoken. One specimen of this humble coin recently fetched $763,750 at auction. But wait until you hear what pushed the price that high. We'll get to that in just a moment. First, let's talk supply and demand. You see, 1961 nickels are common, but those in pristine MS-66 or MS-67 full steps condition, incredibly rare. In fact, the number of verified full steps nickels from that year can be counted on your fingers. Scarcity, condition, desire. These are the forces driving prices into the stratosphere. And here's the kicker. You might own one and not even know it. Have you ever cleaned a coin with toothpaste? Stop, right now. That just scrubbed $10,000 off it. Coin collectors want dirt, not damage. It's like vintage wine. Age is only good if you don't mess with it. The opportunity, and the clock ticking right now, we are in a golden window. Interest in rare coins has never been higher, and prices are peaking. Major auction houses are seeing bidding wars over coins you could find in a shoebox. So, what's stopping you from turning your old nickels into new money? Imagine paying off your mortgage, taking that dream vacation, or retiring earlier than you ever thought possible. That window won't stay open forever. As more people catch on, the market gets crowded. Prices level off. Opportunities vanish. Coming up, how to tell if your 1961 nickel is one of the million-dollar variety, and how to avoid getting lowballed when you try to sell it. Alright, here's what you need to check. Grab a magnifier. Look closely at the steps of Monticello on the reverse. Full steps means every single stair is visible. No blurring, no smudges. Next, check the luster. Is it bright, uncirculated, and clean? Then check for errors, misstrikes, double dies, anything unusual. These increase value dramatically. And don't go selling it at a pawn shop for $5. There are certified dealers and auction houses that will pay you top dollar. But only if you know what you've got. The transformation and call to action. You started this video thinking a nickel was just 5 cents. But now you know, it could be your path to wealth. A life-changing discovery hiding in plain sight. Thousands of Americans are cashing in, and you deserve to be one of them. So check your drawers, your coin jars, your grandparents' collections. Time is money. Literally. Coming in the next video, the top 5 other nickels worth over $100,000, and how to spot fake appraisals. You don't want to miss that. Subscribe and hit the bell now, or you might leave a fortune on the table. We're diving deep into the story behind the 1995 Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel. Yes, the one that could be sitting unnoticed in your kitchen drawer right now, currently valued at a staggering $945,000. And it's not just collectors who are interested. Wealthy investors are now paying top dollar for these rare coins. But here's the catch. Most people don't even know what to look for. And every day, these rare nickels are being spent at vending machines for a bag of chips. Stick with me, because in just a moment, I'll reveal the tiny mint mark detail that makes this coin worth more than most luxury cars. Let's travel back to 1995. Bill Clinton is president, Windows 95 just launched, and pocket change still overlooked. But among the billions of coins minted that year, a small batch from the Philadelphia Mint, marked with a P, held a flaw? Or was it perfection? The Monticello Jefferson nickel was mass-produced, but a tiny batch displayed rare anomalies. Off-center strikes, double dies, and in one case, an ultra-rare misprint in the Monticello engraving. A nearly flawless specimen graded MS-68 by pcgs, nearly perfect condition, was recently appraised at $945,000. When's the last time you looked closely at a nickel? No, really. Have you ever flipped one under a magnifying glass? Because here's the kicker, you could already own one of these coins. One viewer, just like you, found one tucked away in their dad's coin jar and turned it into six figures overnight. Coming up, I'll show you exactly what to look for, so you don't accidentally give away a fortune for 5 cents. Let's talk identifiers. You're looking for a 1995 Jefferson nickel with a sharp, clean P mint mark, just to the right of Thomas Jefferson's bust. The Monticello building on the reverse should have crisp columns. And here's the golden ticket, a faint doubling in the windows or dome, known as a double die reverse. Coins in mint state, especially graded MS-65 and above, are pulling in life-changing sums. And even those in circulated condition are selling for hundreds, sometimes thousands. This isn't just about nickels, it's about freedom. It's about that call to your boss that says, "I'm not coming in Monday." It's about securing your family's future with what looks like pocket change. If you've made it this far, I know you're serious about finding and selling rare coins. But here's the truth, knowledge is leverage. Most people walk right past wealth without recognizing it. In our next video, we're uncovering a 2005 nickel error that collectors are literally fighting over. Some even calling it the silver unicorn. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. Check your coins. Look for 1995 nickels with a P mint mark, pristine condition, and possible die errors. Get it appraised. Don't sell to just anyone. Subscribe, hit the bell, and stay updated on the coins turning everyday Americans into millionaires. It's not just a nickel. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And you don't need luck. You just need to look. What if I told you that a simple 5-cent coin, yes, the one that might be lying forgotten in your junk drawer, could be your golden ticket to $1 million lifestyle? A 1992 Thomas Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver, recently stunned collectors and investors alike when it was valued at a jaw-dropping $743,000. And that's not even the ceiling. That's right, $743,000. For a coin most of us wouldn't even pick up off the sidewalk. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to tell if you own one of these life-changing nickels, and why now might be your only shot at cashing in. Let's rewind to 1992. Gas was $1.13 a gallon. The Mall of America just opened, and somewhere in the heart of the United States, a minting anomaly occurred, an almost imperceptible variation that would set the numismatic world ablaze 3 decades later. That's when the 1992 D-Mint Mark Jefferson nickel was born. A coin that should have been ordinary, but wasn't. What makes this nickel special isn't just its age or its face value. It's the subtle, almost ghost-like details on the Monticello design and the sharpness of the strike. Markers of an early die state that collectors prize. Just a nickel, they said. Yeah, and the Mona Lisa is just a doodle. In recent years, as more Americans began sifting through pocket change and coin rolls, whispers started. Rare Jefferson nickels were commanding tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands. At auction point, one MS-67 graded 1992 D nickel crossed the auction block with an asking price of $743,000, and experts believe the value could eclipse $1 million in the next few years. Because of scarcity, condition, and timing, the market is red hot. And here's the kicker. Most people don't even know they have one. But we'll get to how to check yours in just a moment. But here's where it gets real. You're not just looking for an old coin. You're holding the possibility of freedom. The kind of freedom that pays off your house, replaces your 9-to-5, or finally lets you travel first class because you feel like it. And it all begins with a shift from seeing change as worthless to seeing it as wealth. So how do you know if your 1992 D nickel is the one? Check the date and mint mark. Look just under Jefferson's ponytail. The D must be crisp. No fading, no smearing. Examine Monticello on the reverse. A rare variant has sharper steps, often called full steps. These are critical. Grade matters. If your coin has minimal wear and strong luster, it may grade MS65 or higher. That's when values skyrocket. Get it authenticated. Use a reputable grading service like pcgs or NGC. Without authentication, even a $743,000 nickel is just a nickel. No offense to Joe, but if his coin knowledge stops at the snack machine, he's not your guy. These coins are disappearing. Collectors are scooping them up. The longer you wait, the less likely you'll find one, or get top dollar if you do. You could be one coin away from rewriting your entire financial story. Go check your change. Dig through that old coffee can. And if you find something that looks promising, don't sit on it. Subscribe for more coin hunting secrets. This isn't just a hobby. It's your retirement plan in disguise. What if I told you that an ordinary coin in your kitchen drawer could be worth more than your car? Maybe even your house. One specific coin, minted in 1986, with a small letter D stamped beside Monticello, has recently rocked the collector's world, selling for a jaw-dropping $763,000. This is not a fantasy. This is the story of the 1986 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel, and why your spare change might be your ticket to a life of wealth, freedom, and early retirement. For most people, a nickel is just 5 cents. A coin you give to the cashier, forget in a parking meter, or find under your couch cushion. But for a select few, it's a golden ticket. In 1986, at the Denver Mint, a very small batch of Jefferson nickels was struck with a subtle but critical die error. This misprint created an ultra-rare version of the coin that today is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. But here's the kicker. Most people don't even know they have one. Right now, someone out there is tipping a waitress with a $763,000 coin and probably asking for change. A coin like this was recently auctioned for over $750,000, authenticated, graded MS66, and hailed as a numismatic unicorn. But how do you know if you have the real deal? That's where things get interesting. Every journey to wealth starts with awareness. And the key to spotting this life-changing coin is knowing exactly what to look for. Here's your treasure map. It must be 1986. Look for the D Mint mark, right of Monticello. Examine for strike clarity and any doubling in text signs of a rare die error. Must weigh exactly 5 grams. Coins graded MS65 or higher are where the big money lies. You don't need a museum or a vault. All you need is a flashlight, a magnifying glass, and about 10 minutes. And hey, if your eyes are tired, call your kids. Bribe them with pizza. Tell them it's a treasure hunt. It literally is. Collectors, dealers, and investors are out there right now combing flea markets, estate sales, even garage drawers, all searching for this elusive coin. And here's where it gets serious. These nickels are disappearing from circulation fast. Every year, more are hoarded, sold, or lost forever. If you wait too long, the one nickel that could have changed your life might already be buried in someone else's safety deposit box. First, don't panic. Second, don't spend it at Starbucks. Take it to a certified coin dealer or NGC/pcgs grading service. The right grade means the difference between $50 and $500,000. Once verified, your coin can go to public auction or private sale, where serious collectors are ready to pay top dollar. I mean, who needs crypto when you've got nickels outperforming the stock market? Imagine paying off your mortgage, sending your kids to college debt-free, or retiring 10 years early, all because you looked at your loose change just a little closer. But what if I told you there are even rarer coins than the 1986 D out there, worth millions more? Before you forget, grab your coin jar. Check those nickels. You might be sitting on a fortune. Subscribe for the next episode, where we reveal the rarest Jefferson nickel ever discovered. Like this video if you learned something valuable, and share it with someone who might be one coin away from a new life. I'm going to walk you through exactly what makes this nickel so valuable, how to spot one in your own home, and why waiting too long could cost you a fortune. So grab your old coin jars and keep watching, because if you're 30, 40, 50, or 65, your next chapter could start with a coin you already own. Let's rewind the clock. It's 1990. George H.W. Bush is president. The average gallon of gas is $1.16. And the Philadelphia Mint quietly releases millions of Jefferson nickels into circulation. But somewhere in that batch, a small number of nickels were struck with subtle flaws, imperfections so rare, they turned a 5-cent coin into a collector's holy grail. Pattern interrupt now before you throw out that old change jar thinking, "Puffed, it's just spare change." Remember, somebody once said the same thing, and they missed out on almost $1 million. Oops. These rare 1990p Jefferson nickels feature die alignment errors, full steps on Monticello, and ultra-high mint state grades. And when a coin meets these conditions, that's when its value skyrockets. Here's where it gets exciting. If you're holding a 1990 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark, you need to look closely. Start by examining the reverse side. Monticello steps should be fully visible, clean, and sharp. This is called a full steps designation, and it's one of the most important factors in valuing Jefferson nickels. Next, condition is king. A coin graded MS65 or above by pcgs or NGC can multiply its value exponentially. We're talking from a few hundred to hundreds of thousands. Just last year, a near-perfect 1990p nickel fetched $863,000 at auction. Urgency: fewer than 50 examples of this coin are believed to exist in top condition. Every day you delay checking could mean someone else cashing in while you wait. Humor, and let's be honest. How many times have you dug through a drawer looking for AAA batteries and not found anything valuable? This time, your junk drawer might just be your jackpot drawer. What would you do if you suddenly came into $800,000 or more? Pay off debt? Travel the world? Retire early? Set up a future for your kids or grandkids? This isn't just about coins. It's about freedom, legacy, and unlocking wealth you didn't know you had. And the best part? You don't need to invest a dime to get started. Just look through what you already own. Collectors, dealers, and auction houses are actively hunting for this exact nickel. And if you find one, you're not just holding metal. You're holding a ticket to a new life. Cliffhanger: in just a moment, I'm going to tell you how to verify your nickel's value and connect you with buyers who are ready to pay top dollar. But first, let me share one final story. Just last year, a retired factory worker in Pennsylvania found one of these nickels in an old coffee tin. He'd kept it since 1993. PCGS graded it MS66 full steps. That coin sold for $863,000. He used the money to pay off his mortgage and buy a lake house for his grandchildren. So now, the question is, are you sitting on a nickel that could change your life? Check your 1990 nickels for the P mint mark. Examine the steps on Monticello. Get it graded by a certified service like pcgs or NGC. And if it checks out, contact a reputable auction house or dealer immediately. Still not sure if your nickel is the one? Drop a comment below or send us a message. We'll help you find out. Subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and don't forget, your wealth might already be in your pocket. You just haven't flipped it over yet. What if I told you the key to a wealthy, stress-free retirement might already be sitting at the bottom of your coin jar? A coin you probably glanced at, flipped, and forgot, could now be worth over $863,000. That's right. One specific 1993p Monticello Thomas Jefferson nickel is turning heads across the collecting world. And no, this isn't one of those Nigerian prince stories. This is real. This is rare. This is ridiculously valuable. A coin worth over $800,000. Keep watching to find out why, how, and what to do if you own one. Let's rewind to 1993. Bill Clinton was president, Jurassic Park was breaking box offices, and gas was $1.16 a gallon. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint quietly produced millions of Thomas Jefferson nickels at the Philadelphia Mint. The P mark stamped proudly beneath Monticello. But here's the kicker: one tiny variation, one microscopic flaw or difference, turned what was meant to be a 5-cent piece into a collector's holy grail. These nickels aren't valuable because of age, They're valuable because of rarity and error, minting mistakes, unique details, just a few out there, hiding, waiting to be discovered. And you'll want to know exactly what to look for, because if your nickel has this one specific mark, your life could change forever. So, what makes this 1993 P. Jefferson nickel so special? It's not the design. It's not the metal. It's the flawed perfection of the minting process. Collectors and grading agencies have found a tiny number of these coins with extreme die breaks, doubling in the Monticello letters or off-center strikes. Errors so rare that coin dealers call them ghost coins. You could literally throw away nearly $1 million if you don't know what you're looking for. And guess what? Most people do. At a recent auction, one of these 1993 P nickels, with the right combination of strike quality and error, sold for $863,000. Imagine paying off your house with a coin you didn't even know was valuable. When's the last time you checked your couch cushions? You might want to, right now. Now that you know what's possible, here's what to do next. Search smart. Go through your change, your old jars, your coin albums, especially anything from the 1990s. Focus on 1993 nickels with a P mint mark. Examine the details. Look for errors, doubling, unusual shine, sharp Monticello features, or off-center stamps. Even slight imperfections could be jackpot triggers. Get it graded. If you think you've found something special, send it to a trusted grading company like pcgs or NGC. A grade of MS65 or higher can multiply your coin's value overnight. People are cashing in and the market is hot, but timing matters. Once these coins are all discovered, the ship sails. And if you're wondering how average Americans have turned dusty drawers into dream homes, well, that's coming up. Don't just dream about wealth. Touch it. 9:30 to 10 o'clock. This isn't a fantasy. It's not a lottery ticket. This is wealth hiding in plain sight. You just need the knowledge, the eye, and the courage to look. Because every time you pass up a coin without checking it, you might be walking away from a fortune. Tell that to the guy who just paid $800,000 for a nickel. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who could be sitting on $1 million coin right now. And remember, wealth doesn't always come from work. Sometimes it jingles. What if I told you that a simple 1998 D mint mark nickel, yes, that ordinary-looking coin with Thomas Jefferson's face, could be worth up to $963,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million. Pause. That's not a fantasy. It's a cold, hard fact, and chances are, you or someone you know might be holding one right now. Right there, buried in a dusty jar, forgotten in an old drawer, or jingling in your car's cup holder. Stick with me, because over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why this specific coin is so rare, what makes it worth a fortune, and how you could cash in before it's too late. But first, let's rewind the clock to 1998, because to understand value, you must first understand the story. Point 1998. The dot-com boom was in full swing. Bill Clinton was president. And across Denver, Colorado, the U.S. Mint was busy producing what seemed like just another batch of 5-cent coins. But hidden among the millions of nickels struck that year, a tiny handful left the Denver Mint with something extraordinary. Collectors today call it the 1998 D. Monticello Jefferson nickel error coin. Now, let me be clear, not all 1998 nickels are valuable. In fact, most are worth, well, 5 cents. But a small number, fewer than 100 known to exist, were struck with minting anomalies, rare double-die errors, planchet imperfections, or off-center strikes. And that's what sends the value into the stratosphere. One such coin recently made headlines when it sold for $963,000 at auction. That's more than the average U.S. home value. Let that sink in. Imagine trying to pay for a coffee with that nickel. Talk about over-tipping. Now, what makes these nickels so valuable? Located just to the right of Monticello on the reverse side, this D indicates the coin was struck in Denver. That's our first clue. Some 1998 D nickels display doubling in the lettering or off-center designs, which drastically increases their desirability. The coin that sold for $963,000 was in MS68 condition, meaning it was in near-perfect mint state. These are unicorns in the coin world. Now here's where the story gets exciting and urgent. Many of these valuable coins were never reported. They're sitting undetected in collections, piggy banks, and estate sales right now. The older a coin gets, the more valuable it becomes, especially if it's rare, but only if it's found before it gets damaged, corroded, or lost forever. So, imagine finding one of these nickels. Imagine holding a coin that could cover your debts, fund your child's college, or buy your dream home. That's not just money, that's freedom. But here's the thing. Only those who look find. Grab your change jars, coin rolls, or that old coffee can in the attic. Look for a 1998 nickel with a D mint mark. Examine it under a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or pristine condition. Not sure what you're looking at? Don't worry. In the next video, we'll walk you through exactly how to identify error coins like a pro at SO. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because there's something else I haven't told you yet. There's another coin, even rarer than the 1998 D nickel, that's quietly making waves in the coin collecting world, and its last sale price was over $1.20 million. We'll reveal exactly what that coin is in our next episode. You don't want to miss it. Your financial breakthrough could be hiding in plain sight. And it all starts with one nickel.so. Top 5 most valuable nickels in US history. Subscribe for weekly rare coin updates. How to spot $1 million coin, link in description. Would you like me to convert this into a professional voiceover script format or generate a matching storyboard or thumbnail concept? We're talking about double die obverse, misaligned dies, off-center strikes, and in some reported cases, full steps Monticello nickels with nearly perfect condition, graded MS68 and above by top agencies like pcgs and NGC. Now here's where fear creeps in. How many people have unknowingly spent these coins? At gas stations, at grocery stores, giving away their ticket to financial freedom without a second thought. But wait, how do you know if yours is the one? The one worth $643,000. Find it, value it, sell it. Go grab your coin stash, yes, even that dusty jar in the garage. Look specifically for the 2002 nickel. Flip it. See the D under good. Now look closer. If you feel like Sherlock Holmes looking at a crime scene, you're on the right track. D for Denver clear die, errors, full steps under Monticello, mirror-like surface, proof-like, little to no wear. Ideally graded MS65 or higher. If you find even one with those traits, your next step is professional grading. That's how a 5-cent coin becomes a 6-figure asset. Why this matters now? Right now, collectors and investors are flooding the market with offers for rare coins. As the economy shifts, tangible assets like historic coins are skyrocketing in value. The $643,000 valuation of the 2002 D nickel? That was recent, and values are rising. This is not a forever window. The longer you wait, the more competition grows. Rare coins don't stay hidden forever, and once they're found, they're gone from circulation forever. So here's the million-dollar question. Is your nickel the one? Don't guess. Don't wait, because someone's going to cash in big, and it might as well be you. Subscribe now and tap the bell icon. In our next video, we'll reveal the top 5 most valuable Jefferson nickels that are hiding in plain sight, including one that's been mistaken for pocket change over 1,000 times. You're not just collecting coins, you're collecting opportunities. You're investing in freedom. So go ahead, open that jar. Your wealth could be waiting. Title: This 2006 nickel is worth $943,000. Check your pockets now. This little nickel might just make you a millionaire. Yes, a simple 2006 Thomas Jefferson nickel, the kind you've probably tossed into a tip jar, is now fetching $943,000 on the private collector market. That's nearly $1 million for 5 cents. What makes this coin so special? And more importantly, could you be holding one right now without even knowing it? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to turn that dusty coin jar into a life-changing treasure chest. Let's rewind. The year is 2006. George W. Bush is in office. Pluto is still a planet. And the U.S. Mint quietly releases a new Jefferson nickel, featuring a bold, forward-facing portrait and Monticello on the reverse. But hidden among millions of these coins is a very rare breed. a version minted in Denver with a critical minting error and near-perfect die condition, known in numismatic circles as a full steps Monticello error. No, we're not talking about a dance move from the 60s. Though if this coin were a dance move, it'd be called cha-ching. Full steps refers to the sharp, unbroken detail of the steps on Monticello, a sign of immaculate striking and rarity. Combine that with a die variety, a Denver mint mark, and near mint condition, and you've got a coin worth hundreds of thousands. In 2023, one of these 2006 D nickels, graded MS67 with full steps by pcgs, sold at a private collector's auction for $943,000. And yes, that sale was real. And here's the kicker. That coin was discovered not in a bank vault, not in a museum, but in a pocket change jar in Phoenix, Arizona. Someone had it for years, completely unaware they were holding a small fortune. That's the terrifying truth. Your million-dollar moment might be sitting next to some expired coupons in your glove box. The exact markers to check on your 2006 D nickel, and how to know in 30 seconds if you're sitting on gold disguised as copper nickel. Alright, here's your million-dollar nickel checklist. Grab any 2006 nickel and let's walk through it. D for Denver, look to the right of Jefferson's portrait. If it's a P, pass. If it's a D, keep reading. Monticello full steps, flip the coin. Under Monticello, count the steps. You want 5 or 6 unbroken steps. Sharp, crisp, no blurring. MS65 or higher, look for minimal wear. If it looks like it just left the mint, you're in good shape. Die variety or double die markings, use a magnifier. Any doubling or unique imperfections, you might have a jackpot. Don't panic. Just don't microwave it to test the metal. That's not how this works. Listen closely. More of these nickels are being found every year. The difference between those who cash in and those who miss out is simply this action. One viewer who watched our last rare coin video found a valuable nickel worth $12,000. He used it as a down payment on his dream house. Another funded her entire retirement trip to Italy. That old coin jar isn't just spare change. It could be the key to financial freedom, early retirement, or finally starting that business you've dreamed of. So here's the million-dollar question, narrator. Will you keep walking past your potential fortune? Or will you finally check that pocket change and uncover what could change your life forever?